Alright, one of the things about having a lot of Jeeps is you gotta check them out, run them, make sure they start, make sure the oil's still good, and just drive them a little bit. So that's today's project. So we're gonna start with this one. Macy's gonna check the oil in them, and then see if they start, and just take them around the track a little bit. Not fast, just exercise them. Just sitting, the ignition switch broke, so we can't start that one. I'll have to work on that before we can do some more maintenance to it and just get it drive it. For that XJ, I got the steering column repaired. It now runs and drives, started right up. Initially, I had bought one of these as a replacement. This one's messed up. The little spring is bent. It doesn't turn things on anymore. But taking it apart, I found that's busted too. Don't ask me how that happens. I have no idea. But anyways, didn't have one of these. I didn't buy one of these, so I went to my spare parts bin and grabbed a column out of a ZJ, same year ZJ, and installed the tumbler out of that. So it's back up and running, but now I've got one key for the doors and one key for the ignition. Not the end of the world, but it was a pretty easy way to fix it. Well, we had a car breakdown. Wiring in the door went bad. So we have spare doors. So we came out to the barn to get the one we need.
Yeah, and then it's all the way in the corner and buried underneath all the other car doors and other things.
Yeah, take a look at this. Macy's already started pulling one of the doors out, but look! And the one we need
It's right all the way back there.
is way back there. We gotta move all these out, get that one, and put them all back.
Got the door in.
Yeah, finally got the one we need. Now...
Gotta put all those other ones that we took out back. I know.
Alright, we'll put it back. Alright, so we're doing a Jeep ride this weekend. It's just an easy one, but before Jeep rides, we like to do bolt checks, and then after Jeep rides, we do bolt checks again if we have modified Jeeps, especially Heim joints, not factory parts. Factory parts stay together pretty well. You do lifts, 1-ton steering, that stuff tends to come apart during some heavy use. So we check before and we check it after. And this is something that one of my brothers turned me on to. And it is very common, like all the time, on airplanes. Basically, you put this on your bolts that you check, it hardens, and if the bolt loosens at all, it cracks. And you can just look at it without putting a wrench on it to see if it has come loose or not. And it works. I don't know why the off-road community doesn't use this more, but we're going to put some of this on some Jeeps. Alright, so I've checked those bolts, they're tight, and now that I've checked them, I'm going to put a bead of this on there. You can see over on the other side where I've already done some. Okay, don't get so close, Macy. Lay down.
But they need to see it.
Yeah, maybe like that. Okay. Now, if this will harden, and if this nut spins, it'll crack that, and then you can tell just by visually looking at it if bolts come loose or not.
All right. Good job.
So we did our Jeep ride. Macy hosed off underneath so we can see a little bit. And you can see all of our little red marks are still there. And none of them have cracked loose so far that I've seen. But that's basically how they work. Alright, so here's what happens when one rotates. And I expected this one to rotate. This thing always rotates. It's tight, but even when it's tight, it rotates. So that's why I wanted to show you this. You can see how those red lines are no longer lined up. And that's kind of an indication of what it's going to look like, and what you look for with this kind of paint marker. So it's been sitting for a few days. Going to show you how to start it after the carburetor has evaporated and drained out. So first thing we do is turn on the ignition. Get that on, we got power. I'm going to go to maintenance mode and then watch the rear filters to see when the fuel is coming back. When that one fills up, see, it's just one empty. Okay, now that it's filled up, I know the carburetor has gotten primed. And then I'll turn it back to run mode. So that's basically what happens when you first turn on the ignition on a fuel-injected car, especially the Jeep Cherokees. You turn on the key to a fuel-injected 4.0 Cherokee, you'll hear the fuel pump run for a couple seconds and then shut off. That's basically what we just did. Now I'm going to give it 2 pumps on the gas pedal. Now I'm going to hit the starter. That's it. That's how we get it running.